All right, welcome to another video. I'm gonna show you how I made around $70,000 in day trading over the last week or 1.5, not sure, on my evils. And yeah, what should I say? It's more like a price breakdown, and gonna upload it probably public for everyone. So yeah, I thought why not? And yeah, I'm gonna break down the price action a little bit because a couple people will be struggling with it. Um, yeah, this is all my very own stuff. I was in no mentorship whatsoever, so this is all just my knowledge and whatsoever. I know that maybe a couple people thinking what I could trade, but it's not. Um, so yeah, first of all, as a little explanation, market moves by liquidity and in two certain um, setups. So we got like a AMD, okay, means we have a accumulation, a manipulation, and a distribution, or we got the same in a bearish option, means our manipulation happens to the upside and our distribution happens to the downside. And it's either this, or you can also call it power of 3, which makes like no difference. It's like, oops, right, it's like open, manipulate, distribute, and close. Wait, let me make this a little bit better, like this. So we got our manipulation to the downside, right, and our distribution to the upside, or we got our distribution, we got our manipulation to the upside, okay, and our distribution to the downside. So it's basically pretty much the same, okay, but just in two different options. Should be actually pretty easy, dude. Should be actually pretty easy to understand. Um, Another thing that I want to say, this is not the only stuff that I'm trading, means there's a little bit more to it than just that. But this is how I view the market structure with like the naked eye. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, I would say let's just start right away into the chart. And I'm mostly on the 5 minute. I don't use the 1 minute at all, actually, because there's just too much shit going on. But yeah, so we start right away at June 28, Monday 29, and as you can see, we just had a huge dump, means price is most likely to, yeah, a little bit accumulate, stay in that certain ranges, going to the right, not having any big moves at all, right? And you can see here that we are pretty much, yeah, accumulating, okay? So our first part of our move here is like this one we're currently in, okay? Means we are going to the right, and right after we got like 9:30 around here, okay? And we're still in all that range, okay? Has nothing happened yet. We got two certain draws, and it's once this one here as a low and this low down here. But to understand that this is not going to be taken, you will see it during the video, or like understand it during the video. But as another small explanation, when we get a accumulation, we got a manipulation, then we have a low here, okay? And every low and every high holds liquidity, obviously. But this manipulation low will take out any other draw on liquidity. Oops, that is not correct. Okay, so this means we have this and we have this as low, right? If our manipulation is going to be or ends here, we can be very sure, oh my gosh, bro, we can be very sure that here this low holds no liquidity at all and market is not interested in it. So this is our draw that we take with liquidity. There is no liquidity here, and this is, yeah, some people call it protected. Okay, however you feel comfortable calling it. We just say it's protected, okay? Because market is not interested. So what can you do? You can place a trade here and take your stop loss under this low. Because there's no liquidity, means market has no reason whatsoever to go down here and take this one out, right? And our first draw is going to be accumulation highs, depending where we're at, okay? But you will see further in the video. So, what happens? We get a low here and a low here. Obviously, if you play back and we have no manipulation yet, you cannot know if this is protected yet or not, right? Because there was no manipulation yet. The manipulation happens right now, okay? So, oh damn it. Right after taking this, and then we start getting bullish order flow, or like bullish candles, or however you want to call it, then you can be sure that this is protected and we're not going to take this, okay? Should make sense to everyone. Now, if I'm going back, you will see we have an order block here, okay? I'm using the lowest candle. The lowest candle is my order block. You can use the ICT order block if it makes you happy, okay? The ICT one. But for me, my order block is no matter if the candle is bullish or bearish, the lowest or like this, the highest candle. Then obviously there's also a, yeah, I would say like a, what's it called? There's a difference if I'm using only the body or I'm taking the wicks or not. But that's for someone else or for something else. Yeah, but I got the order block here, okay? And since we got this draw, so I need anything as like an order block that is below here, okay? And there is nothing but this order block, okay? We only got like a range of 62, yeah, around 100 points of nothing here, right? So, with that being said, I'm gonna go over and limit my order block. I know that this low is protected. This will not get taken, okay? This will not get taken. So I'm limiting my order block because I need something to enter off of, right? This gives me 25 points sum up as a stop loss, okay? 24, 25. And yeah, this is my limit order. If we would take this low, I would be pretty short biased or bearish because I'm expecting longs here. And if we take this, I'm expecting shorts because market says I want to go lower, even there is no liquidity. So market has now this as a draw, but maybe this or anything further below. Okay, should make sense. But as I said before, there's my entry and my target is going to be these accumulation highs. This counts as well, right? So this is going to be my TP. This is 560 points. And if I am going to place a trade off of it, oh my gosh, let me say, one mini, okay, this would be around 11K. Okay. Great. Then, oh, if we want to go over this real quick, right? So here's our accumulation. Then this move down is our manipulation, basically, our distribution and our close. Okay, should be very simple. Then, since we have here a very strong bullish trend, okay, I am obviously bullish biased. Okay, means my whole AMDs should look like accumulation, manipulation to the downside, and a distribution to the upside. Okay, so I'm only looking for these in a bullish scenario because I'm bullish. Okay, because market wants to go high, higher and higher and higher and higher, and this is most likely, I don't know, 30-minute, 1 hour, whatsoever. Okay, but in a smaller way, you will see maybe here a little AMD. Okay, should be self-explained. Then on going to the next one, I got another accumulation here. Okay, we are only going to the right, doing nothing but chopping around. Accumulation does not always have to be going to the right and chopping around. Maybe it does, depending how you see it. Okay, but in another example, you will see that accumulation can also look like, I don't know, like this. Okay, it's just something you need to learn and do a little bit to, yeah, to see it. Then on going to the next one, we have our accumulation. Okay, and we manipulate. And for our manipulation, we will always take something out. So in this case, we got like accumulation lows. We got another low right here. Okay, not the best not the best manipulation or the best draws, but we can still work off of, because we may not get the confirmation of saying, hey, we are going long here now by our manipulation, but by the confirmation right after. So what are we doing? We accumulate, manipulate, and then we create this order block. Okay, going higher, coming lower, back into this order block. Some people use OTE as well, so if you want to use it, nope. This would hit for 79, right? Also combined with the order block, and then we go higher. If this is too risky for you, you could wait until you see the break of structure, which is here. We get another micro AMD into a manipulation, right? Tapping into the order block that in this case is an ICT order block, okay, because this candle, I don't know, it's like overlaying with both. And here you see we also tap into it, stop loss placed under this low. This makes it protected again because we have our micro AMD here, okay, and then tap in and rally, depending what you want to use, either this or this. This would be 280 and 295. So another 6K, 5.8. Yeah, depending whatever you trade, right? Is this going to get off my chart? Hello? Ah, finally. Okay. Yeah, then right after we get another AMD that basically overlays a little bit with this, because we are still trying to hit these highs here, right? And as you can see to the right, we does. But here we're trying to accumulate again. Now, a couple people may think that this one was our manipulation, but why was this not the manipulation? We didn't take anything, okay? So by basically creating this sharp move to the downside, we create another low. And this low creates or holds liquidity for us later to come back lower, take it out, and get a trade off of, right? So, with that being said, where is my pencil brush here? So, we chop higher, left and right, and then we manipulate lower, okay? Here and also here. Okay, this is our manipulation basically. Let me turn my music a little bit. Okay, lower. Great. So this is our manipulation basically, which takes out this low and taps into this order block once again, which we created by tapping into this one, right? So here you could also say, hey, I'm using only the body, would have hit, or you take the wicks with you, however you like it. Your stop loss should be this low, no matter if you take body or wicks or whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, and then you can see that right after 9:30 opens, what would work as well is once we broke the structure here with this candle, you enter for 9:30 instantly just by pressing buy as a market order. You would have had a probably huge stop loss because you should have at least take the low of this one here, which makes it around like 50 points or something. But yeah, that would have worked if you like maybe not too comfortable yet to enter trades like this. Okay. If we buy this with one mini again, this would have been 5k. Okay, as well per account. So if you have 5 accounts, that's 25k. So then we come to a pretty interesting scenario because we are flipping our bias now. On a higher time frame, we got a big ass order block here, okay? And you can argue by whatsoever how you flip your bias. I made other separate videos for it, how to build your bias, how to get a bias, how to get a narrative, whatever. But for me, this was a clear draw to possible flip our bias. Okay. Here you can see that not just our bias is going to switch, but also our AMDs. So if you remember here, okay, we get, dude, my music. We get our accumulation, get our manipulation, and our distribution. Okay. Now, if you drag it over here, what are you going to see? Our manipulation doesn't have to the upside, it does to the downside, right? Means if we take this as our accumulation and this to our manipulation, you will see that we are not going to the right and manipulate lower, right? We are doing the opposite, right? What we are doing is accumulating, manipulating, distributing lower, and then close, right? Fits better, correct? Now, because we have this huge uptrend and out of nowhere we wanted to switch or flip our bias, it makes it a little bit hard for me to just say, okay, I'm entering off the first 5-minute order block that I see combined with this big ass order block up here. So I wait for another accumulation and another manipulation to happen into this order block. Okay, So yes, we break our structure here, and right after we tap back into this order block, but this is not enough for me. I wanted to see a retest, or however you want to call it, by another manipulation into this order block. So this wick that you can see here should have been up to here, so this would have been my trade and targeting this low. Okay, it didn't work. It didn't play it out, but yeah, whatever. It could have played out, but yeah. So from there on, oops, I'm trying to focus on bearish setups. Means my AMDs are most likely now accumulation, manipulation to the upside, right? Manipulation to the upside, distribution to the downside. As you could see here, and you're going to see here, and here, etc., etc. So, I'm going to the next one. This is another good example to explain it to you. I told you before, once we create another high, you will see if this is protected or not, right? If we hold up, where's my there? We accumulate again, and then we manipulate higher, right? Our manipulation will always take liquidity, okay? Means we're taking something out that holds a certain amount of liquidity to move the market in a certain way. Have we done that here? Yes. Means we took liquidity here, so market is not interested in anything up here, right? Because there's no liquidity. That's what market is telling us. So you can be sure that this does not need to get taken, right? There is no liquidity. So if we go over here, you see the order block, right? And yes, once again, you could have entered here, but there is not even a breakout structure by now, okay? Means I wanted to wait for another retest. You could also combine that with OTE, 79, anything like that around there. Didn't happen. We didn't came into it, right? Would have been beautiful because this could have been 300 or even more in points, but we didn't, okay? Then, right after, we get another, AMD. You could argue now saying, hey, but this is also accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Well, yeah, to the naked eye, but what did I said before, our bias changed bearish. So why should I take a long here, right? So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and you see a small accumulation, right? We are going to the right here, not doing anything during New York AM, okay? So with that being said, and with that knowing, I'm waiting for my manipulation again, right? And I'm short biased. We already came lower here basically, right? And could target maybe saying this, but we still in all of that happening. We're still in that short ongoing whatsoever. So I wait for my manipulation that happens here. Okay. Wait for it. And then what happens? It takes liquidity up here. So this is protected again because we have accumulation, manipulation that takes liquidity, saying here is no liquidity. Okay. And then then we go lower. The reason why I entered here is because we had this one already before that didn't get me in, but we haven't taken any liquidity here, right? So we still want our draw lower, right? Means I'm entering, oops, and now whatever you want to target, most reasonable would have been this one here for both trades, right? So this would have been another 6.3k. I think it's pretty simple once you understand it. If you don't understand it, that's not a problem at all. Because it can be very confusing. I know that. But maybe you will understand it now or then, right? So I'm going to the next one. We get another accumulation here, right? Most likely this one here. And remember, we are still bearish. So we need or we want our manipulation to the upside. Okay, guess what happened? Manipulate above this. Means this one takes our... Oh my gosh. What is this? Dude. This is our liquidity to the left. Okay, so there's once again no liquidity that we're using here. And that's like ongoing with these highs and lows that I'm marking orange here. Okay. And we got our small retest here into that order block, which is my entry. And then we continue to go lower. I targeted this low here to the left, means another one mini sell 5.2k, right? Pretty simple, trust me. You just need to understand it and learn it. Then right after we get another accumulation. Okay, and since we are still short biased, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, close. So accumulation, manipulation to the upside, forming our order block. And this is like the most peak example here. We get this order block, right, that we still got here, that we created before, tapping back into it, get a big ass reaction out of it from our manipulation, starting to distribute, still having this left unmitigated, combining this with OTE, 886, so you could even enter it up here, right? And I know that's 50 points, that's a lot, but for a trade like this, you can definitely risk it, okay? So, with that being said, another sell here, TP down here to these lows here, which is 8.8k. And you could have held that for barely 1,000 points, right? So, on to the next one. Another big ass order block here. And if you want to see it like this, could you guess this could have played out as a big long term? It didn't, we failed, okay? But you will see now. So, there's no liquidity as being said before. Now, by doing this one here, this one gets not unmitigated. This one is being said there is no liquidity at all again, right? So the only draw, oh my gosh, there was a little bit left to be taken, is this, our order block, and our own draws that we are, even if it's 150 points, our own draws that we are creating here, okay? So we are accumulating lower, etc., 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 coming lower into that order block, and you see that we just tap into it, right? We get a big ass reaction out of it. Now this is not something even that's on the 3 minute, just to let you know. This is nothing where you just enter off of, right? But what do you have here? Another small AMD, right? Going back into a manipulation, into that order block on the 3 minute, having a break of structure here, okay? And you could enter it off of this order block, but it didn't get hit. So my draw was this order block, got me in here, buy one, TP up there for 9.1 bands, and then you'll see it hits up here. Great. Yeah. Then, once again, we get our where is my there, dude? We get our accumulation, manipulation to the downside. Okay, we're taking all of that bullshit here. We're taking this one, taking all of these here, mainly like these two, right? So, with that being said, come lower. Oh my gosh. We create our 5-minute order block here, trading higher. You can always combine that with OTE into our 5-minute order block, coming back into it, entering your trade. Why is there no position thing? And you target your accumulation highs, which is 300 points. So, hello? Dude, why is TradingView lagging so much? So that's another 6k. Dude, why is it bugging, bro? Okay, finally. Yeah, gets hit here as well, right? So, right with that, we get basically another, yeah, like accumulation, but there is no real manipulation or whatsoever. Okay, so that's just being left out. Here you get another, yeah, like bias, bias flip or whatever. We trade higher and then we fail. So we reaccumulate and manipulate above this high here. Means that there is the liquidity and there is no liquidity, right? So this is protected again. Order block, enter here off of the 5-minute order block combined with the break of structure here, which makes it high, more high probability. This order block was still unmitigated and could have sent us higher, which we get a like 90 points, 99, 100 point reaction out of it. So this was my, yeah, bro. I'm so tired. Which was my, what's it called, draw. Sell TP down here, another 6k. All right. Yeah. Then this is a little bit hard to say, but I wanted longs here because we took out this one, and I was like, okay, we get this accumulation and this manipulation combined with this low being taken. I want longs here, okay? So I did what I did. We take this back into our 5-minute order block, etc., create this low, enter here 280 points up to this high, right? Because we have this fat ass order block here. This one. And as you can see, we also start to accumulate here again. So I was like, okay. Once again, we having a AMD combined with our manipulation leg. And even though we didn't take anything, I wanted this order block to see a reaction out of it. So yeah, it was unmitigated. It was left being there just as this one here. We had this reaction, so I was like, okay, this one will give us the reaction as well. Break even here, but right after, basically could have worked. I didn't take it, but it could have worked the same. Yeah, back into this order block because, yeah, we get another accumulation, manipulation here and whatsoever. So I just targeted this order block and, yeah. What is that? Okay, whatever. Yeah, then right after another accumulation, manipulation to the downside because we are long bearish, long biased. And as you can see, it always happens the same. We tap into that order block. It's like way over here. Okay, we tap into it, we break the structure. You can call this as a micro AMD, however you want to call it. Coming back into it, 5-minute order block, entering your trade, and that's another 10 bands. Simple. Pretty simple. Yeah, then we got this one here, another one, right? We are bullish, so we open, manipulate lower, distribute higher, and close. So here we accumulate, manipulate lower, below this low here, get our order block here, and yeah, I wanted to enter longs off of this one, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. So yeah, whatever. Would have been a pretty nice trade. Got left behind for like, I don't know, 10 points, maybe. So yeah, unfortunately. And then for here, because of Trump news, etc., this is the current day. I am, yeah, like very bearish. So we get another accumulation. We manipulate into this new weak opening gap, right? And means we have our accumulation, manipulation, back into the order block, and then going lower. Um, yeah, that was, how much was that? 6.5. Yeah, so all of these trades were taken over multiple accounts, right? Copy trading, etc. So, yeah, I hope I could have helped you out a little bit. Maybe you understand it a little bit better now. And with that being said, have a nice week and stay safe. Bye bye.